Hello, welcome back. I have lost some panel members here. We had some casualties. Also, I believe Ryu is now part of the Russian commentary, and Pike gets on his way back, so he is here. But we're in the draft, which is why I wanted to go back. So let's go into the draft. We watch some Dota and see what's going on. We are way in the draft, and then when Pike gets not here, I probably should also remove my shoes from the chair. So let's from the table, right? Let's see what we got here. We got an IO and an Axe and an Invoker removed, as well as a Bounty Hunter, Enchantress, and a Drow Ranger. And it is Vega Squadron that secure themselves the Doom for solo. They got no one Puck, MVP Phoenix. They're going to repeat the success of the Kyo Slardar and the Witch Doctor for Dubu. Welcome back, Pycat.
Thank you, thank you.
We lost Ryu. He is next door to the Russian panelist. So
yeah, we're gonna see if we're gonna be able to get a Russian over here.
Yeah, that was the plan. I believe we were told that it was going to be a trade.
Yeah, we were gonna do
we
2
got
for
scammed.
2. We got scammed by the Russians.
Scammed by the Russians. Not great. Pycat, I got analyze this.
Okay, so once again we're gonna see the Puck for Vega. This time around they do grab the Doom, so the same opening as they did against EG earlier. The game that they did win. We did see them pick up the Nature's Prophet, the Drow Ranger, and the last hero was it Disruptor, I think?
Against EG?
Or was it an Oracle? I can't remember.
Nature's Prophet, Drow, and Disruptor.
Yeah, okay, Disruptor. So we're gonna see MVP removing both the Drow Ranger and the Disruptor. MVP once again going with the Slaughter Witch Doctor. And they've run this multiple times already. The Slaughter being Kyo. He's very prominent with that hero.
Yeah. I mean, we just saw him. He was dominating. Is it, I mean, should they have banned it out, or is both Axe and IO then too strong? Like, you think they made the right choice?
Yeah, well, I think that you see here Vega Squadron this game. I would like to see an Earthshaker pickup here for them. Or perhaps Pit Lord could be better.
What do you think about that, Pycat?
Am I gonna have to move?
Yes,
no.
Every time.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay. So, I like this. I like the Dazzle. I was kind of saying that in the previous series that I wanted to see them pick that Dazzle up, and they didn't, and they lost. So yeah, maybe with this Dazzle they can do something. Although this Earth Spirit it's very good against 2 of their heroes. It's really good against both the Puck and the Dazzle. The silence from the Earth Spirit, it's very good at shutting those heroes down. You can, silence the Dazzle before he gets the Grave off, silence the Puck before he gets his spells off.
Yeah.
So I really like this pickup from MVP Phoenix, and we haven't seen them play this yet.
No, it's
I
been
think
a while.
so far. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Regardless, in the series today, the later series yesterday.
I can't remember them playing it this tournament at least.
No, MVP.
Maybe they did in one of the earlier games, but I don't think so.
I would be able to look it up, but I don't really want to, so
yeah.
We're just gonna assume that they didn't do that. Vega Squadron, so we got themselves they need 2 cores. Yeah, they need 2 cores. We missed FN's hero and Mag's hero. Is it me or is Bounty Hunter Beastmaster still in the pool?
Beastmaster is still in the pool.
Why did they pick Void over Beastmaster?
I think the...
Right? Yeah.
I think they like the synergy with the Void against the... together with the Puck and also the Dazzle. It kind of does make sense. You have you can throw out the Weave and then you can Chrono Heroes and you deal a lot of physical damage. And also the Puck can deal some damage in the Chronosphere. Beastmaster I think would have worked well as well, but maybe they just like playing the Faceless Void more.
It worked really well against EG.
Yeah, they're dire, so fighting in the Roche Pit can be quite nice. You can get a Chronosphere off in that Roche Pit and easily win a fight like that. We are once again gonna see the Venomancer come out of MVP Phoenix. We saw it before. The mid matchup between MP and No One, quite kind of favored in that. He did pull ahead a bit in the CS, but then later on in the game, the Venomancer, when you get that Axe, when you get the Veil, you get potentially a Blink. You see how much that ultimate can actually do. So.
And if you're talking about fighting in the Roche Pit, I kind of think MVP Phoenix got a good one for that with both Earth Spirit and Venomancer. It's very scary.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, the Venomancer is really good at fighting in the Roche Pit. He's kind of just, it's always just annoying to fight against the Venomancer because there are so many Plague Wards. He's of course good against the Puck. You get any ward kind of hits that Puck and you leave the you hit him with anything and then he kind of can blink. Yeah, so
Which core would you like to see together with the Void for Vega as the last pick, as they do need something that pairs up nicely with the Chronosphere, I feel. Or do they not need to worry about that much, you think?
The Doozer was just banned out. Yeah. If it wasn't for the Slaughter, I would definitely have said the Bone Fletcher. That said, I still think it's not out of the question for them to pick that hero up, even though the Amplifier is quite good against that hero. FN on that hero, he can be quite scary in the early game because you can rotate around a lot, and these heroes from MVP Phoenix, they are very susceptible to ganks, I think, from that Bone Fletcher. So it is possible that we might see that one come out. We see MVP Phoenix finishing their lineup up with the Nature's Prophet, so they're gonna have some right clicks from him eventually in the game, securing themselves kind of the late game. Although I kind of think that even now Vega has really good late game. With the Doom in the jungle, the Dazzle, the Weave scales very well into the late game, and the Chrono. It depends a lot though, because the Void, he's not going to have that easy of a time up against, he's going to go up against a Witch Doctor and a Slardar. Potentially the Earth Spirit might be down there if he's not going to help out no one on the mid lane. The Nature's Prophet could rotate in.
Who do you favor?
I want to see the last pick, but
me too. I thought it was
the
already.
draft is gone.
I will admit, I thought it was already done, and I just missed it because I was slightly spaced out. My mind is not working the way it should, so I thought I missed last one. But who do you favor so far?
I really like Vega's draft. I like the 3 first heroes. The Void, it could be... I feel like he could be replaced with a few heroes. But yeah, okay, now we see why they picked the Faceless Void. Because of this Gyrocopter. It does make a lot of sense, and Gyro is very strong against a lot of these heroes from MVP. So I like Vega's draft this game. I think this game is probably going to go Vega's way. I'm expecting the series to be either a 3-1 or 3-2 in favor of MVP.
Okay.
So I could see that this is the game that Vega take.
Okay, well, let's find out if that is indeed the game that Vega take. It's time for Game 2, Grand Finals. Vega, Squadron, and MVP Phoenix will battle it out, commentated by Odie Pixel and Draskell.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We're here for Game 2 now between MVP and Vega Squadron. The drafts are done, the picks are out. MVP, and they get themselves the Slardar again. We saw Kiev have an incredible performance Game 1. They're setting themselves up for a repeat in Game 2. Vega Squadron, though, switch stuff around quite a little bit. We're seeing FN get those active cores, getting that Gyrocopter this game, and going, of course, for that Mag Faceless Void that had an absolutely incredible series earlier on against EG.
I do think it's a bit different this time. I think the panel stressed the importance of the Doom and the Slardar being on the same side, and obviously Vega were able to get that one for themselves. Gonna see Dubu roll into the pit here. I don't think he was scouted, so he's gonna get a pretty decent ward down before the creeps actually spawn up. But I think that one of the biggest differences between game number 1 and game number 2 for Vega is the fact that they have just a ridiculous amount of team fight. I mean, they had the puck before, but it didn't really feel like there was anything to help it. So in team fights, when you just throw out a coil, it's already like Hugo's in your face. Slardar's extremely tanky at an early stage because he's able to just buy that armlet straight up, and it seemed like they didn't really have an answer for the Slardar. This time they can doom him, they can put him in a Chronosphere. You have Gyro, obviously, who does a ton of damage to Slardar before he, like, when he gets in range, if you eat a Rocket Barrage with Sprint on and a Call Down, you're going to be hurting really bad. So he might be forced into BKB this game instead of being able to just go for his super tanky Armlet Heart build with the Blink Dagger like he did in the previous match. But I do like Vegas draft quite a bit more in game number 2.
Absolutely, and talking about the Slardar, let's start with him as we go through the lineups. You can see QO, he's going to be on Slardar once again, Game 2. Febby on his classic Witch Doctor. Nature's Prophet this time is going to be the one for Forev. Venomancer being brought into the foray by MP, of course. And I'll leave Dubu on his Spirit. Over on the side of Vega Squadron, Dazzle, that's going to be Shoma the Slayer playing that one through this time. Doom is going to be solo. No one once again on the puck. We saw him in Game 1 try for it. As you said, a little bit of a different team composition around him. We'll see how it works in Game 2. FN on the Gyrocopter, and finally Mag on the Faceless Void. And lane-wise, pretty much what we expected looking from the draft. The interesting thing is going to be how much can MP get in the mid lane against a puck with this Venomancer.
I think Veno versus Puck is actually It's kind of annoying for Puck because eventually what's going to happen is Plague Wards are just going to be placed and MP is going to constantly just be pushing the wave as we see a courier snipe here. Febby, the man.
Febby!
You don't really expect that move from a Witch Doctor.
Nope.
It's very hard to anticipate that, so kind of understandable that Vega would get that courier picked off, but just really nice awareness. And with this tri-lane, the Void can actually die if he misplays, so he's always going to have to be aware of that, but he does have the deep ward, so Mag knows that the Witch Doctor made his way back down.
I mean, just going back to that kind of courier snipe, it's obviously going to make it a little bit harder for no one, but it was interesting to see how they will get the bottle out to him when he needs it. Because already, as you said, MP's harassment is going to start to whittle down at the Puck. Forever the moment, backing up onto the side camp, just clearing that one out. FN, we should expect him to get pretty good farm again this game by the looks of it with his gyrocopter, but at the same time he was allowed pretty much a free lane in game one as his Juggernaut, and still he just wasn't able to get enough compared to just the rate that MVP were picking up. They were picking off so many heroes in the bottom lane, rolling in onto Mag. Mag, you've got the time walk here in a second. Can they bring it down before? No, he'll still get the walk off. And Mag will be able to jump himself back to safety. No one, bringing MP incredibly low here in the middle lane. He's got an orb in 3 seconds, but MP starting to salve up. Forev coming in with the rotation, but no one just used the orb to get himself back out to safety here.
There's not going to be, I think, too much focus on trying to kill the Puck mid because MVP, until the Slardar gets a Blink Dagger, have very poor initiation. I think their game plan is just try to hit level 6 on the Earth Spirit, try to hit level 6 on the Venomancer as fast as possible. Obviously he's mid, so it shouldn't take too long. And then Poison Nova Magnetize together just does ludicrous amounts of damage, even to the point where having the sustain of the Dazzle, it's not going to be so great. Yeah. He really wants to break that salve, by the way. Like, he
really does. I mean, if that salve wasn't there as well.
He's just going to wait for no one to orb.
Yep.
And then if he orbs, they could potentially go on him, but MP doesn't have Gale, so...
And no one is going to have backup. I mean, you see Solo wrapping around on the Doom. He's level 3. He has got a Ward Stomp. Ward's going to be dropped down. Solo closing in. There's just no one's MP orbing forward as well, but Forev, he's going to turn to the fight as well. MP getting the sound out, plus the Fairy Fire. He's going to live. Rotation in for the Earth Spirit. He's going to be able to phase shift off the roll there, dodging that from Dubu, but no one's still stuck deep in enemy territory, and MVP, they will be the ones to claim that first blood there with all the action kicking off in the mid lane.
It was really unfortunate for Puck because he didn't even, like, at the start he didn't use his orb offensively when the invis was on Febby, and they were waiting for the opportunity to jump. And then because the Doom ends up circling around, they obviously didn't know that Febby had invis, otherwise they never make that play in the first place. But very fortuitous rune there for MVP, managing to get the first blood on the Witch Doctor too, so. MVP, again, they're not really getting the farm advantage out of the lanes, but we saw this in game number 1 as well. They don't really rely on getting a whole lot of farm on anyone but QO. He is the only one they prioritize in making sure that he has an easy lane. Everyone else is just like, you're left to your own devices until mid-game, and then everyone just fights as a team.
And talking about QO, 21 for 8. Still not as much of this jar, but FN, as we said, he really has been given a whole lot of space up in this top lane. It's just going to be really interesting to see what FN is able to do with it. I mean, if you're the Gyrocopter, once you hit 6, does he have to look to be active across the map, or do you just wait until the fight comes to you and you're kind of just trying to scale up, get yourself, you know, those big items, so when it comes to the later portions of the game, you're ready to hit hard?
MP... they're not gonna go for him.
But yeah, game plan for the Gyrocopter.
In regards to what FN needs to do, I think you really want not only him, but the Puck to hit 6 around the same time, because then your team fight is just that much stronger, right? Like hitting a call down when you already have a coil dropped is significantly easier, but I do think that as soon as you hit 6 and 7, you should always have a TP on that hero. Heck, he even has one now. He's not even level 6, and he's already in a position where he knows that he needs to react to any kind of aggression. He also knows that if they TP bottom with the Puck and the Gyrocopter together, it should be really easy for them to secure kills. Like, their magic damage first and initiation is actually much better than MVP's during the first stages of the game. It's only until QO gets Blink that they can kind of even the odds.
And of course QO will be picking up that armlet very, very shortly. It's going to be a similar timing to what he found in game 1. And no one, as you said, looking to start to work his way almost certainly towards that Blink now. Boots are going to be out to him, but not as quick of a start as he'd hoped. He's still out CSing MP here nonetheless on the Venomancer, thanks to the nuking potential of the Orb and the Rift. At the moment, kind of a similar start to game 1. You know, remember 7 minutes in, only 1 kill, but now looking at this, MVP looking to try and make it a second mag. He's got the time walk though. And there was going to be a TP as well for Dazzle, but Shoma holding off on that one, realizing that Mag was safe nonetheless there with the use of that spell. So proving very, very hard for the tri lane of MVP to try and take down Solo. So just walking in here towards the mid lane. Not a lot that he can do against MP. He's going to have to walk himself back out.
Look at those play boards, man. It's actually so frustrating to play against Venom mid. Dubu? Maybe looking for initiation here, but I guess he didn't have mana for all of his spells. He basically had to, like, I guess silence and then roll. Maybe he had enough mana for both, or maybe he was a few seconds away, but looks like MVP just want to pressure the offlane tier 1. This is a really good tower to kill. Opens up Roshan opportunities since you already have Slardar. You can get this tower down, and if Vega make any mistakes with their initiation or mid-game fighting, you can just punish them.
Solo, actually waltzing in, onto Dubu, chasing down with the Scorched Earth. Infernal played as well, TPs are coming through. Dream Collar when you ripped only onto QO, but FN, here he is, turning up to the fight, call down drop, they'll take down the Slardar. And it may just be one, and it did cost them a few TVs, but nonetheless, that is the Slardar that did destroy them in game 1, so any opportunity to kill him in game 2, they'll take it.
It's a nice kill, but they still committed a lot to that. Like, they dropped both ultis, a lot of people TP'd, they still ended up losing the tower anyway. I actually don't know if MVP are feeling too bad about that. And the Slardar also spent his money before he died, so QO bought the arm lane. I actually think for MVP, trading one hero like that when you're not losing any money and still getting the tower is probably worth, considering, again, the investment that Vega made. And that entire time, MP's just chilling mid. He's level 6 now. He's almost actually level 7, so he'll have the maxed out Plague Wards, and we saw a similar build the other day, even opting to skip Venomous Gale once again. I'm not sure if I agree with not at least getting a value point, but 2 points in a Poison Sting increases the effectiveness of the spell by a wide margin, so maybe at level like 8 he decides to get Gale.
Yeah, absolutely, doubling up the damage from 6 to 12 per second, just that 1 point. But at this point, we'll see what Dubu's able to find. We can see him with eyes coming towards the mid lane. Maybe seeing if Puck gets a little bit too close for comfort, but no one. He's playing it safe at the moment, backing up.
Radiant's top tower is under
right
attack.
Behind his tier 1 Mag. Halfway through 5, closing in on that 6. And FN just back up to the top lane. As you said, they committed heavily down bottom, but now FN's just going to get himself back in the driver's seat, back to the role of clicking those creeps and getting as much gold as he can to play with, ready for the next team fight. And as we can see already, very much closing in on taking that tier 1 with a couple more pushes, they should be able to do it. No one dropping the Dream Call here onto Febby, but Febby just going to TP that one off, and easy Dream Call. It's not going to phase Febby at all on the Witch Doctor.
I'm not entirely sure what the game plan was. As soon as you drop Coil, the hero just gets a free TP out if you don't have somebody else to follow it up. Solo.
Forever coming through as well. MP not messing, drops the Poison over, and with the wards out, Solo. He may be shallow grave, but nonetheless, this boy's going to tick down. Very, very low, trying to drop the wards to keep the fatal element of the tick damage on him, and it's going to do it. It is going to do it there, with the Treants chipping down at him as well. Another kill for MVP. And even with the Dazzle there, just not enough potential to save that man.
I think he actually had heal, right? Because if you Shallow Grave, it lasts 5 seconds, right? And Shadow Weave is a 6-second cooldown at level 7. And he was level 7, so I don't know if he just made a misplay. He healed after the Doom died, so he did actually have mana. Bottom lane, looks like QO is living life on the edge here. He's sitting on no HP.
It really is. I mean, Mag has got a Chronosphere, no time walk though.
That's a really nice reaction from QO. The second he saw Mag hit 6, he just backed. And because of that, he will end up living to fight another day. So good awareness. And MVP are just sitting here pressuring mid constantly with MP, just dropping mass wards, killing the creep wave. Tower is getting whittled down lower and lower, and if you look at MVP's tower, it's still 100% HP. Like, no one's being forced to move around the map, trying to control tempo, whereas the Venomancer is just allowed to sit mid, because he knows that Vega kind of have to make moves with their heroes. So eventually this tier 1's just going to drop with very little commitment from the side of MVP, other than just having, MP sitting here farming up.
I'm going to see Vega now try and be proactive, going for a rotation, going for a gank, looking onto QO, they'll drop down the Doom. The question is, can they actually close this gap? And it looks like they can't. Sprint's already out, and QO, easy way out, back to safety. And they just don't have the catch, Vega, it seems, at least without either the Chronosphere or without the Puck jumping in with a Dream Coil.
Yeah, but on the bright side, at least throwing out the Doom will allow them to get a lot of damage on the tower. Sometimes it's not necessarily about getting the kill, but forcing a hero to go back so you can actually get some kind of objective. And in that regard, I think it's okay. Like, obviously they would have preferred to kill him, but they get, like, I don't know, 35% damage on the tier 1 tower. Maybe not the most favorable exchange, all things considered.
Look at this smoke as well from MVP. Straight in with the roll. It's going to connect onto Solo. Following in with the silence, the stun as well. The cast bounces are there at QO. Closes the gap. In he goes with the crush. Lays down Amplify and Solo's gone. Clean play there from MVP and their smoke. Oh, they will be able to find a kill with that one.
Yeah, they get that tier 1 mid as well. And looks like MP is actually changing up his skill build today, opting to actually get Gale at level 8 instead of waiting until... What level did he get it the other day? Like 9? No, it wasn't 9. It had to have been later. Because he went 0-4-4 before he actually got a single point in. So happy to see him changing it up a bit. And Vega still kind of on the back foot here. Already lost all their tier 1 towers. It's only 11 minutes into the game. And they're trailing in kills. It just seems like MVP are always getting the better movement. Like, they're getting more out of every single rotation that they make than Vega. Like, take for instance the first TPs that they did bottom. They TP both their cores, mid and top. They drop 2 ultis, they only get 1 kill, and they still lose the tower. This time, they rotate bottom, they drop a Doom, they get barely any damage onto the tower, and then they lose their mid tier 1 at the same time. And that was, what, another 3 or 4 heroes committed?
Mid lane.
Pre-nerf Boulder, that hits, by the way. That Boulder smash is so freaking slow now.
We're unable to find the connection due to that, but worth knowing as well, just eyes back to Q on the Slardar. We're, what, 12 minutes in? He's going to have Armlet Blink done.
This is really, really terrifying.
Lane, jumping in onto MP, just goes for the TP out. Dream Coil, cool down, he doesn't give a damn.
That was 4 heroes. And they did.
That's got to be worrying. And it was a Venomancer.
Yeah. I don't know, it's really strange. Like, Vega clearly have really good team fight, but MVP aren't really giving them the opportunities that they're looking for. The commitments that they're making are always just valuable because, you know, multiple heroes react from Vega, but they're only either getting 1 kill or they're still losing something somewhere else on the map. It's just like outmaneuvering and outplay so far from MVP. I hope that, you know, Vega can kind of get it together, get a Chronosphere, a Coil, a Call Down, and actually take a meaningful fight soon. And the Blink Dagger is going to help tremendously in that regard.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. They need no one to find these jump-ins to keep his team fights off, but at the same time, I mean, this is classic MVP. Look at them. Ready to smoke, ready to go, the 4 of them, looking for the wraparound mid. He talked about how one of the ways that Vega could try and find a favorable fight is getting the jump in with Mag, but already it's going to be MVP getting the jump in on him. No Void for 35 seconds. As we're talking about, one of the key components that Vega need to really try and get themselves back on their feet again this game. Absolutely just removed from the game, removed from the fight, and MVP with this opening, they're going to think about Roshan, and it looks like they've been in for it. And the question is, what do Vega do about this?
I don't know if they can. Well, actually they can. They have the gyrocopter and the puck. So if you can get a blink into the pit, a nice silence, and a coil, you should be able to take the fight. They have level 2 coil either.
Dubu from the back. What? 3-man silence, a 2-man stun. QO coming in with a 3-man crush. Deathward laid down as well as a double kill for QO. 3 down. Solos come in, but 3 of his teammates already dead. Dubu rolls across the tree line. They're looking to find themselves a forfeit. MVP. They're going to be able to do it as well. He almost silly list the score stuff's going to be enough. Febby trying to get himself in the cast. Comes in, 1 more touch, 2 more touches will do it, and they'll find it. MVP absolutely just gaming all over Vega Squadron here in the finals. 8 for 1 here in game 2. My goodness. Absolutely no mercy here from the Koreans.
My God, that was... I don't understand how they're able to just get these initiations. Like, what was that, a 3-man crush? Yep. Magnetized hits on everyone. Yep. As soon as that happens, Vega instantly lose that team fight. Doesn't matter if you get Doom off or not, because you're already so far behind, and like, your health is so low just from taking those abilities. And now, before they didn't get Roshan, they're definitely getting it now.
They want to try and find potentially. Oh, no one, he tries to go in, but oh, he's not going to do it, and now he's going to get heavily punished. No one, can he play himself out of this one? No, he's gone. 46 seconds on the side for this man, and now Mag, time walking himself away. QO blinks forward, and he's going to find the crush, and Mag, he's in trouble as well. The silence through, and it's another kill for MVP. Make that 2 off the back of a successful Roche attempt, and 10 for 1. MVP, if game 1 wasn't painful enough for the side of Vega Squadron, game 2 certainly will be at this rate.
This is brutal. Like, MVP are just crushing Vega right now. It's not even like Vega have a bad draft. In my opinion, it's actually better than the game 1 draft, and it just doesn't matter. MVP are making the proper moves. Like, we saw how badly they punished the first couple of mistakes from Vega. It seems to me like they just have the better awareness, like knowing what they can get away with, what initiations.
And Gyro pops up. Please. press F to say your respects, because this man... Oh man. Oh boy, QO, 5-1-3. If you missed game 1, don't worry, because it seems like we've got a replay running at the moment.
A little bit, yeah.
QO slide up. You've got to ban this out straight away. No messing around. You can't let them have the chance to get it first pick.
I think you can first pick it yourself if you're Vega, yeah, but...
What again? Just 2-man crush. Oh my goodness. Look, your humanity, it's not there. It really isn't. What is going on? This is just an absolute steamroll. Crazy, crazy stuff here from MVP. 16 minutes in, Vega, they just haven't got a leg to stand on. They haven't even got an arm to prop themselves up with either, because MVP just dismembering them left, right, and center. And moving in on the base, 16 minutes in onto the tier 3.
I like this loop around though. If they stay clumped like this, there is an opportunity for them to take a good fight.
Absolutely, Vega can try and come back into this one, but they've no puck. No puck for 7 seconds. Already, Dazzle in a bit of dire straits as QO moves in. Trying to look for the wraparound, but Solo, he's been spotted out, caught out by the stun. Now jumping in for Rev, sprouting up, Orchid down as well. Bringing in the wraparound mag. Oh, he gets a 3-man Chronosphere, and a cooldown as well from FN. They'll find one. The Orb coming through as well, the waiting Red, they found 2. Vega finding 3, triple kill. It's going to be QO down as well. Aegis hitting the deck, and now the blink forward. No one trying to find more mag, jumps in with the time dilation onto Femi. Vega looking for the turnaround. QO's going to be able to slither away, and still on the sidelines, Mag. He wants to try and finish off this Witch Doctor, try and make it 4 kills for the side of Vega. Gets himself the bash, a second bash. RNG is on Vega's side here. Ice Frog looking for the turnaround for the CIS squad. Can he do enough there at the same time? Still playing around with QO, no one chasing down the Slardar. They're not going to be able to find it. Febby denies the illusion on his way out. But Vega, I mean, they do manage to hit back hard. The question is it just a little too little, a little too late?
Oh, I don't think it's over yet. I think that it's still going to take like 1 or 2 more items before the Slardar is really able to crack the base. I guess they got to tier 3, so that's kind of a big thing for MVP. Normally, a team with melee cores has a really hard time going tier 3 tower. That's really the point where you have a struggle. But since that tower is dead, they can actually just walk up and hit the racks now. So Vega have to be very, very good about how they take fights. And again, we saw the potential of their team fight. It's not as if they can't do anything. It was just that MVP were outmaneuvering them. They had the superior vision when they were fighting above the Roshan pit. They had the opportunity to jump in and get a multiple hero crush. It's all down to who gets better initiation. And honestly, Vega with their heroes, like Puck is one of the best initiators in the business. And then you have the Faceless Void as well, who after winning that team fight, you know, he's got his treads now. He's a little under halfway to blink.
No one. He's going to be fine, and in fact, they may be able to punish for Rev. Dream Coil's locked down. He's going to try for the TP solo. Coming in, can he get the Infernal Blade down? Yes, he can! And the Boho! Another one for Vega. Certainly the chance starting to come out from this crowd here in Kiev. As Vega, they're certainly showing us they're not going to be walked over as easily in game 2.
Now the high ground defense from their team is also pretty absurd. Lots of AoE, team fight, good control between the Puck and the Void. They just need to make sure that they're using their team fight ultimates as a full squad. Like, you can fight MVP head-on as long as you're actually all there. It just seems in the last, few engagements, barring the one mid, they were never all quite on the same page, or MVP were jumping them before they were prepared. And my god, it's 19 minutes in, QO almost has a hard armlet blink. Like, yeah, Vega had fantastic team fight, but this Slardar is just massive.
Oh, Mag, he's been spotted out here for F, blinking down off the cliff. Mag, can he get himself out with the time warp before the silence goes? But no silence, lasting too long. No chance for him to get himself away from that one. And MVP just trying to reassert their dominance that they started to lose grip off. But still, as you said, that their core's looking very, very scary. Vega, they're going to need a fair few more of these successful high ground defenses to really bring themselves back in it. As MVP, certainly still the Titans here in this matchup.
Yeah, they need to get like a Doom on the Slardar, maybe the Chronosphere to call down, like everything. You need to drop everything on QO if you want to take him down. And to be fair, even if you do kill QO, you still have to worry about Poison Over, you still have to worry about like the Wrath of Nature and the Magnetize, just the residual magical damage that you're going to be taking. If you engage onto MVP, you need to make sure you get that really big chrono. Like, mag hitting 3 heroes is what lets you win that fight. And it's a lot of pressure on him, but if you can make it happen, I still think that Vega have the potential to come back.
I mean, what do you think about this as well, Andy? FN going for the Manta style rather than a BKB this matchup. I mean, that seems like a little bit of a desperation play, surely.
Yeah, I mean, the Manta style maybe not preferable in this situation to a BKB.
Oh, and look at this, Koreans with the foresight. They've scanned it out. They know the room movement here from Vega. The scan here working out for them, and they're in position to fight. Get the stun out to Solo. MP has been spotted. Drops out the poison over. It'll connect onto 2. And now looking to move onto the high ground with the cars. Holding them back. QO jumps in with a crush onto 3. Still the bounces are there. MVP looking to continue. Mag drops the chrono. Catches out Febby and MP on the Venomancer. FN from the sidelines. Throwing in the flat cannon. They'll take down 1. They'll take down 2 here, Vega. Dominated streak for FN with the crush from QO. He'll find a second in return, so 2 for 2 at this moment in time. Vega, they find themselves anything more? No, looks like they'll leave it as that, so just a 2 for 2 trade here between the sides. But of course with the lead that MVP have had.
Oh, FN, you gotta get out of here, buddy.
He can't afford to give away this one. It's gonna make it a very favorable trade for MVP if they can take down the Gyro. They'll pop the Manta style, removing the Amplify, trying to get himself away, but the bash is there, followed by the Boulder Smash. FN taken down off the match for 55 seconds. That's only a 2 for 2, turning into a very favorable trade once more for MVP.
Just not respecting the mobility of that MVP's lineup. The starter with the Blink Dagger and the global presence of the Prophet, you can never really farm a lane alone, especially when those 2 heroes are both alive and you have no team behind you.
Roll in as well, they nearly catch down another MVP. Very, very close indeed.
Vega are still doing a pretty decent job of fighting back there. I watch Kiev play the Slardar, and he's always in and out of the fight. You know, he's never staying in too long. He's never getting hit by the big AoE potential of the Chronosphere or the Coil. Like, he basically dodged both spells, gets himself out of the team fight, kills the enemy core after the fact.
And look at this, this has got to be the quickest Bloodthorn we've seen in competitive Dota 2 this match. I mean, obviously that's not saying much in terms of the games that are being played, but still 22 minutes in, and this man's got a freaking Bloodthorn on the Nature's Prophet.
It's just really uncommon to see people rush it because it doesn't give you any survivability. And in a lot of the heroes that you would typically want Bloodthorn on, you want to transition into like other items that give you tankiness, like Queen, for example, would want BKB. So it's definitely one of the faster ones I've seen, if not the fastest. So definitely in agreement with you there. It's really strong with this team though as well, because the minus armor plus the guaranteed chance to land critical hits whenever you have the silence on a target and you know that no one on the side of Vega has BKB or is even anywhere close except for the Gyro. You get Amp and a Bloodthorn on somebody,
they're gone.
They are dead. Like, not even close to being able to live through
They're dead in IRL, Andy.
Yeah, you actually just disconnect from the game and your house explodes. That's
nice
how much damage you take.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the next bit of players from MVP. They've started to be a little bit more careful with the next movement. We've seen obviously Vega find an opening earlier to punish one of the attempts to break the high ground from MVP. Next time, MVP just going to be that little bit more careful. See what the plan is. And Vega, they actually managed to get a bit of space. You know, Mag and No One and Solo are out in their own jungle, so feeling a little bit more confident to at least try and find something and not feel totally kind of held back in their own base at the moment.
Yeah, I think MVP are more occupied with the Roshan, just making sure they get that objective. They don't want to give Vega the...
Oh! Kill him! In with the crush. There's the nail, there's Bash.
Oh, he two-shot him.
My goodness, Joma, you could try for a TP, but the Bash Lord is here. QO. Here we have it, and another one. Just to rub salt into the wounds. Godlike for the boy.
Are we banning Slardar yet?
No, I think we are. I think there'll be a letter from Vega to Ice Rock asking for him to be removed from competitive, because QO is showing us the power of this hero, and it's disgusting. They will drop a Doom. Wait, this is the turnaround they need. There's a fly back from the puck. Man coming out with the Chronosphere, catching them on the sidelines. The bounce is there. QO should fall down in this situation, and he will. They're still on the sidelines. MP's coming through. And then Barrage and cooldown. They found themselves a second. Moving in for a third. Febby silenced up. Time dilation as well. Slowing it down. FN, can he get this kill? The mech's going to be popped. With the diffuser blade laid down into the bashes, they'll find themselves a third. MP able to TP away the Nature's Prophet as well, getting himself out. Vega, they do hold. It did cost them that buyback on the puck, but the defense is made, and again, the high ground proving to be hard for MVP to break with total certainty.
They got the range racks, I suppose, and the Fury and the Veno at the end of that fight were pretty much just going for the rat, realizing the fight had already been lost, so... It was kind of like I was saying, in order to kill the Slardar, you need to Doom and Sphere him. That's pretty much what Vega do. They managed to take down the Slardar. I think he might go back for a BKB, or he might just go straight for the Assault. just depends on if he feels really threatened by the magical damage coming out from Vega, and I think that's really the only way that he dies. It's not really right clicks that kill him, it's just the gyro pull down, the Doom itself, and all the other stuff that Vega have in conjunction with that. So I don't think they're going to overextend like that again. Vega would really like to be able to take Roshan right now, but unfortunately MVP are respawning a little bit too fast. So I think the next move from MVP is maybe to look for one more fight, or perhaps just go straight into the Roshan pit and force Vega to fight them.
Worth noting as well, next fight, Doctor's got the Greaves done here as well, but talking about big iron pickups, there is a Blink Dagger on board. We know that Mag can be absolutely on point with his Chronospheres.
This is going to help so much actually for Vega. They need the range of the initiation for the Void. That's the biggest issue.
Oh, this is beautiful as well, but the scans laid down, and MVP, they see it.
Oh,
MVP, they're
God.
so good with these scans. They know what's up, and in fact, they want to try and fight this one here, but at the same time, Vega coming in, QO jumps in, crush onto Solo, and onto FN as well. No one is shifting off the Magnetize for the time being. FN still moving forward with the flat cannon hits. Solo falling low, he's going to be the first to go down. The Chronosphere coming out onto Frev, and Febby, FN chipping away from the sidelines, looking for MP. The flat cannon flying through, but the Buddha Restoration is too much. They can't quite finish off these boys. Ferev's going to live, 4 down on Vega. FN's going to get taken down as well. Get Bloodborne, baby. Triple kill for QO, 27-10. And Vega, they may have shown a little bit more strength than they did in game 1, but still MVP just running away here with this grand final. 2-0 at the moment.
I really think that MVP are the style of team where when you make a couple of small mistakes, because of their play style and their want to just constantly fight and just play generally aggressive, it just amplifies it so much. Like, think about what Vega did, right? They make like a